Hi there, Jesper Grip here for CRYTIVO.com, and today I'm going to bring you a little tutorial on how to photo edit. I have here a lovely stock from KX Hara from DeviantArt.com, and I'm going to just show you a little bit what I would do when photo editing. This is a fairly good image. She's not bad in any way. She looks very good, but she doesn't have any makeup on, and that's what we're going to focus on, trying to make it look a bit like she actually has makeup on. What we want to do first is go into the filter, and we want to go into liquify, because we want to change her facial expression a little bit. I have it on my other screen. There, we bring it back. What we want to do first is I want to make it look like she actually has a little more cheeks here. Let's see here. We're going to take the we're going to take the forward warp tool, yes, and then we're going to bring her cheeks in. I think I need to raise up my brush a little bit. Oh, that's way too much. That's still too much. These brushes are really, yeah, there we go. We want to bring that in a little bit, not that much, just to give it a little bit of contour. See here, you have to try and remember how it would look on a normal girl. Something like that, maybe a little bit more up here. Something like this. There we go. I'm also going to lift her chin a little bit. Not like that. That looks like a man though, by the way. If you want to know how to do a man, that's how you do it. I'm going to lift here on the sides. There we go. We want, as it is a woman, we want her to have smooth facials. Like, yeah, we want it to be smooth. We don't want it to be, you know, bold and hard like that. We want it to be easy to see that it's a girl. So I'm also going to lift her eyebrows a little bit. I'm going to take the whole of the eyebrow. I'm going to select a little less brush. This is really hard with this brush. There we go. Something like that to make her look a little bit more awake, if you say it like that. And that's about it for now. I think we can actually also do this just for a little reference. I want this side to be lower. I want her to be standing more straight ahead. Something like that. Okay. There we have it. I'm just now going to start. I'm actually going back into liquify. I just actually have one more thing I want to do that I just saw now. I want to change the brush size a little bit down again, and I want to raise the corners of her eye. Same reason there. We want it to be looking a little bit more awake and female. There we go. There we go. I'm now going to use the clone tool on a quite low opacity. We just want to work, as you see here, she has freckles, and we just want to work these away by just going over the skin like this. As we see here, there's a bit of miscolor under her eyes. That's very usual that it is. It's not something that's wrong or anything like that. It's not like making you ugly or whatever if you have it. It's very normal. It's just that like when makeuping, you want to make that not be there, because of that makes you look tired. So we want to take that off, and just basically you sample an area by pressing Alt, clicking on it, and then you work away. The only thing you want to make sure you don't do is that you don't work too much, because if you do that, it's going to look unnatural. If you take away all these spots, you take away everything, it's gonna look very unnatural, and that won't look good. So you want to keep a little of them, but you want to just smoothen out the bigger ones, so they don't look as much. Let's see here. We can also take a little bit here. I did a little too much out there. Let's see here, like that. And now we have to. We already have a very much more cleaner look. What we want to do next is probably then just going into her eyebrows a little bit. And we want to do the same reason here. We want to clean out. We're going to lower here, and I'm going to just clean out her eyebrows a little bit. You know, as you see here, there's a few hairs that are more separate, and that's very normal. But when doing makeup, you always cover this, because you usually use a pen, you know, to smoothen out, and you actually paint over these areas. And that's what we're doing now with clone stamp instead. We're also going to fill out a little bit more hair at the front, and we do the same on this side. This side is a little bit bolder already, so we don't have to do as much here, but we're going to fill out these spots anyway, and we're going to make it look a little bit more filled. There we go. Then we have fixed her eyebrows in a really good way, and then as you see here, there's little dots in here. We can leave them for now. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, now we're going to work out with something they call concealer, and that's basically we're going to have a soft light. We're going to take our brush, and then we're just going to work around a little bit of her eyes here, and all the way up here. And this is basically just a way of, it goes down beneath her nose also. This is like basically what I said before, the pale areas, you want to enhance them a little bit, because that is a natural look, but you still want them to be, you still want them not to be as, yeah, like visual as before. You want them to keep the tone of her skin, but still not too much. So something like that. It's concealing pretty good. I'm actually going to go in here and also straighten out a bit here with her at her nose, but don't do this too much, because you don't want it to look unnatural. So you want it to still be, let's see here, I'm going to bring the edge up here a little bit. Like that. And there we have that. I'm going to do a little bit of the same on this side, just to bring her nose in a little bit. Like that. And I have to do it a little bit more here to keep the natural shape of her nose, but I'm basically just doing it a little bit thinner. Like that. And then I'm going back here, and we're going to make this brighter here also. Like that. And there we have that. I'm going to also go in here and do a little bit of a smudge around the nose, because I want it to look natural. Then I need to do this to keep the natural shape. Something like that. And now I'm just going to add another layer, and I'm going to take a brown color, I'm going to take a brush pretty decently big, and I'm going to add some shadows, and I'm going to add them on soft light also. I'm going to add around here her to give her neck a little bit of contrast, like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit around her cheekbones here, like that. Not too much though. I might have to change that later. And then also up here on her forehead. This is called framing her face a little bit. It's just let's see if we lower it down like that. There we go. Then she's getting a little bit more luster, if you say it like that, to her face. And now I'm going to just add another layer, and I'm going to just add some more colors to her. This is basically you just paint the same areas as before with a light brown color. This one, E4BBA7. This is usually the best one to use. And then just paint alongside here, just giving her a bit more luster. And then just make sure you get the eyes also. This is gonna make her face pop a little bit more. Let's see here, we paint down like this. Like that, and we're just going to paint around her mouth a little bit, and then down on the neck, like this. As you see now, we already starting to get a really good luster to her. And now we're going to start working on her lips a little bit. We have her lips here. We're just gonna take her, basically we're gonna take her own colors of the lip. We're going to start with the top lip here, and I'm going to bring my pencil down a little bit, and then I'm just going to go to my top layer, and I'm going to paint her lips in here. So basically this is how we do that. I'm then taking her bottom lip and doing the same. Like that. And then we can see here what we want best. Soft light we can do if we want to. Then it's going to just give a little bit of color. Or we can do the color mode. But I'm going to keep it for soft light for now. I'm also going to, as I see, she has a little bit of miscoloration there. So I'm going to go in, take my clone stamp, and I'm going to work that lip over a little bit. Like this. I'm also a little bit interested in actually having her upper lip a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to filter, and I'm going to go to liquify. Going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to change my brush size down. If I can, we go to like 50. We go into around 30 instead. There we go. And then I'm just going to, oh fuck, that wasn't that good. I'm going back up on 50 actually. Damn it. Sorry for the swearing, but the program doesn't want to cooperate with me. This is what didn't turn out that great. I need to actually go bigger. 150 is probably good. Anyway. See how this looks. Okay, that was pretty decent. And then I'm just going to fix what we destroyed a little bit here. And there we have it. Then I'm going back to layer 5. I'm just going to take a brush, select here, and I'm working around the lip. And yeah, there you have a good way of doing it. So yeah, now we're just gonna add a little adjustment layer here. We want to do a curve. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so we start seeing some contrast in her. Like that. I'm then also going to add another adjustment layer for brightness and contrast. I'm going up a little bit, like 17 or something like that, and then I was also going to raise contrast a little bit up to around 22. I also see I painted a little bit wrong down there, so I'm going to select my color again, and I'm going to actually just paint that again a little bit over there. This is like the problem when you have a tablet, is that you're going to see these things. Like that. So like that. Very good. And I'm going to then add the last layer, and that would be a color balance. Color balance. And this is like always, you can play around with these, but I'm going to do this around there, something like that. I'm going to take this one and go around there, something like that. I'm going to go a little bit higher on this one, something like that. And yeah, oh, there was some midtone, so I actually want to go with shadows and do that again, like that, like something like that. And then I want to go back to midtones, and I actually want to go the other way with that, something like that, something like that, around 20, something like that. It's pretty good. Something like that. I think that's a pretty good. And yeah, guys, there you have it. This is like the basic of how to do just a normal normal makeup. You can of course change this as you want, but this is a good way to do it. You can also, like, this is another tip, like this girl has really good hair, but otherwise you want to do a burn tool and you do it around the edges of her hair, like that. No, what a bit better, but because when you do that, what you get is that you get more shadows down at the hair bottom, and that makes the hair look more filling. So that's a pretty good way to do it. So yeah, that was everything for now then, guys. I hope you liked the tutorial and you can use it to actually edit it and improving your images. You have all the basic tools here. You just need to try and make sure it works. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you check in on CRYTIVO.com and also our YouTube channel, CRYTIVO on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe also, and thank you for watching.